Cameron, oftentimes I find myself needing physical mementos of things I don't need memories of. What I mean by that is I like physical things in a sense to keep a memory, but I don't need them. They're only there for that moment in time, for that experience, which, depending on what I do with that experience, I may or may not have a physical memory of it. I don't just have become the person I was inspired to be by acquiring that object. For instance, face masks. I was selling these face masks last year. Yeah, at the end of 2020, because I needed the money to save my property from foreclosure. I didn't save it from foreclosure. I just sold the building and kept selling the masks. But the purpose of getting the masks was to ideally make enough money by selling them to be able to pay off the mortgage for the building, which I failed at doing because I didn't make enough money. I needed to be making $10,000. And the most I was making with the mask was like $2,500, $3,000 a month. I mean, yeah, some days I was making like $800, but I still needed to re-up. So I was only keeping like a third to a half of that for myself. So the point of the masks though was to make enough money to get out of having to the foreclosure on my building. But then, I got caught up with it. I was like, oh yeah, I can sell them. I can make some money off of it. It's quick. $20 here, $15 there. So I started getting other people to invest into me to flip them. But this was after I had already essentially sold the building. Well, it was around the same time where I was trying to figure out how to sell the building and how to bring people into the fold to help me sell the building or to become partners or whatever. But I ended up selling it. So the purpose of the masks themselves was over after I sold the building. So now I still have some, and I still kept re-ing up. But the original intention behind them, which it's been over a year and a half now. Well, actually, it's almost been a full year. Is gone. Like, I didn't make the money that I needed to make at that time. Still aren't making that same amount of money that I need to make. But I'm still trying to sell masks. Like, okay, yeah, I got a physical memento, but I didn't become the person I needed to be by selling the masks. I wasn't going to become that person. I don't have an operation like they have in LA where they are able to sell large quantities. I mean, they're printing them. They're printing them out there. So like they have all the whatever equipment they need to make the material fashioned into a mask. They have those tools. I don't have none of that stuff. So I was just straight up just like peddling. I was peddling them. Which for the average person, I was still doing good. I would say I did great. My social skills went way up. But for me to actually achieve my goal, which right now is pretty much the same goal. No, it is the same goal. It took me a really long time to realize that I just need to sell more real estate. But at the beginning of it, and right now, I was like, this would be a cool thing to collect. You know, a year from now, we can be like, oh, I survived COVID. Here's my face mask. But I don't need to keep the freaking physical face masks. And I like to do that with a lot of things where the moment has passed, but for whatever reason, I want to keep the physical item. Like, oh yeah, remember this, remember that. It's like this stuff is not necessarily meant to be remembered. It's meant to be utilized or enjoyed or experienced and then move on. Like, become who you need to be in that moment, then move on to the next moment. But you can't move on fully until you release yourself from that previous moment. So like, holding on to these face masks when I'm not even selling them, move on. I don't need no physical reminder of like old stock. I either need to sell it or sell it. That's it. But trying to like keep it as some type of trophy, that's not the achievement. Like, but those type of achievements come later when something achievable has actually been attained. The other stuff is just here today, gone tomorrow. Like all this food in the grocery store, right? I'm in the grocery store. This stuff gets turned over. This same stuff that's here today is gonna be gone tomorrow. And that's the purpose of it. It's meant to be consumed. Like, I have such a fixation with anti-consumerism that it creates this type of hold on to garbage mentality. Like there's a difference between saving, investing, and anti-consumerism. I look in a lot of ways, I'm an anti-consumer. Like, I don't consume enough of what I need, but I'm also holding on, to too much of what I don't need. Just like there's a balance. Right now I need milk, right? For oatmeal. Just get milk from oatmeal. Simple. So I would say I'm a anti-consumer, and I've gone so far down that path that I'm holding on to like things I'm supposed to be selling like there's some type of trophy. Like, oh, look at this. Like, I made some business moves in the middle of the pandemic, but the point of the business moves was to stay out of foreclosure. So I didn't even do that. So it's like, what's the real trophy? I didn't become who I needed to be. So hold on, man. This stuff is the same amount. Right. Is this really? Whatever, man. Try it. So that's pretty much the main thing. Like, just get rid of the bull crap. All of this, like, oh, let me hold on to. No. I'm doing it right now. Like this milk shit. Like, this other person who freaking thinks they know me was trying to tell me what type of milk to drink because of such and such reason, which I don't even know. I'm like, why the fuck am I listening to this person? I don't even know anything about them. And I was about to do the same thing, buy that same milk. Like, bruh, it's a pattern. It's a habit. Cut that shit out. So yeah, this video is about to get too long. All right, peace.